Just picked up a shooter, adding to the collection. Ryobi brad nailer. 18-volt platform finish nailer. 3-year warranty. 16 gauge. Will shoot nails from 3/4 to 2.5 inch in hardwood. Power to sink. We'll test that. 1,000 nails per charge, depending on battery, of course. And AirStrike is relatively new technology. So here's the gun. A few features. You're going to have an adjustment for the depth you want the nail to sink. Of course, I'm not going to shoot it empty. Well, let's see how we load it. Instruction manual, please. Thank you. Wow. Well, here's a starter. It locked in. How are you going to get a 2.5 inch nail in there? I'll have to read the instructions. Start back. Register your product for a chance to win 10 grand. Here I have 2 different size nails. 2.5 inch, 1.25 inch. So this is where I left off. I pulled the chamber back. Then you load your nails in. Tilt the gun upward. They just slide in. Push your button. Applies tension on the nails. So, let's go over the jam feature first. So this mechanism here, in case you get a jammed nail, first thing you do, remove the battery. Release the tension on the nails. Like that. Because if you don't, when you undo this, the nails will shoot out the top. So you just pull that back. Unjam the nail. Tension back on. Battery in. Ready to go. So, next feature here, well, there's a couple features. This here adjusts how deep you want to countersink your nail. I'm going to start on the low setting. And what I think's best is to have this adjusted all the way out. In other words, to the less depth setting. And then get the countersink as close as you can with this adjustment first. Then use this to fine tune from there. All right. So we got a soft tip here so you don't damage your project. And that's why I'm pointing out how to set the depth. Because if you go the other route, you can damage your workpiece. So let's see how this works. There is also a replacement tip right here when that wears out. And then we've got an LED light right there. That's activated with this bottom button. It also comes on when you pull the trigger. The machine will not fire unless this is depressed. It's a nice safety. So, we have one more feature for rapid fire. In other words, the way it's set now, you push this in, depress it against wood, then pull the trigger. Where is rapid fire? Doesn't have it. Son of a... So there's a few features I don't see as of yet. Usually you get a belt hook for here that you can do on either side. Secondly, there's no switch here for rapid fire. So let's just test it the way it is. So let's say you're putting trim on and there's a little reveal, and let's sink a nail right close to the edge to see if it splits it out. Push down, pull trigger. Nice! So that's with the depth set to the minimal, and it's perfect at the low setting. So let's try high setting for the heck of it. That's completely buried. So we'll put it on low, and then we'll adjust this the whole way. It's very nice. Very nice. It's not splitting the wood or anything. So I'm very impressed so far. Now, let's hold the trigger and see if it just fires. No. So I gotta find that feature somewhere. Automatic fire. Not there. Now let's see if there's a difference which way the tool goes, because sometimes the nail will travel one way or the other. This is impressive. Look at the countersink. And that hole is feasible. It's not overly large. Could you imagine doing that by hand? It would definitely split out. So I have this set where it does not countersink very far, and the lowest setting on the back. Let's check that. On a 2x4. This is pine. It sunk very well. Hope it didn't go into my countertop. Let's go in the other direction. Underneath. To make sure I don't hit my countertop. Nice. Look at that. All I gotta find is the rapid fire feature. So it turns out this unit does not have the rapid fire feature, also known as bump fire. And back here is a loop for a lanyard. So that's your belt loop, I guess. So next up, we're going to try 2-inch nails. Whoa, what the heck? We're definitely going to need some more power. Nice! It's flush. All right, let's back it off just a little bit. Sticking up. Now that it's sticking up, let me do this adjustment. The whole way. Yes, now it's flush. That's how I would adjust it. Get this adjustment here to darn near sink it, and then make your fine adjustment in the front. There's the first nail, and then this is when I was doing the adjustment. The second nail, I went full power and it just buried it. This one's just out a little bit. So with the fine adjustments, you can make it perfect. I've been installing some doors throughout the home. Here's the number one reason I purchased the AirStrike. First, I drill a hole so I don't split the trim. And then I'm hammering the nail in, and oops, I damaged the finished product. Here you got nice finished trim, and then you're going to damage it. That's no good. Also, you can see the hammer head imprints on the wood. Another issue is you're hammering in these large nails, and a lot of times you run into some hard wood, and these nails easily bend, and then you're damaging the finished product trying to get the nail out. I'll do a demonstration on this trim here. This is a fully loaded door. Comes with the trim installed from the factory. They use staples along this edge here. And then I'll drive a nail through here, pull that in. Since I'm using a 2.5-inch nail, and there's a 2x4 behind that, I'm going at full power and full countersink setting. And the goal is to pull that tight against the wall. You got a 2x4 behind here. So I'll push hard to push it in and fire. Tight to the wall. Success. Put a few more nails in. So I'm going to push tight against the unit and not rely on the nail to hold it. Get it tight, fire. Came out just a little bit, pretty nice. Countersunk nicely. Few more features I'd like to point out. If there's no nails in the unit, the gun will not dry fire. And if you get low on nails, like down to 5, the gun will stop firing. And the nail magazine is capable of holding approximately 100 nails. Thank you. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Hope this has helped someone. And even though this doesn't have the rapid fire, the bump fire, I'd probably never need that feature. And I don't know if this is a new improved model or the other model would be a little bit more money. However, this thing works beautiful. Thank you. I definitely recommend this tool. It's great for doing door trim, baseboard, cabinetry,